So we're back in the garage working on the KX250. If you didn't see last video, working on the engine, getting it all finished up. Little things I didn't put in and torque some stuff down, so I'm gonna finish that up, get all that going. All the power valve stuff I'm gonna clean up, start piecing this thing back together. So we're gonna finish this up. I just got the new Lectron in from Lectron a few days ago, so this was like the last piece to the puzzle that I was waiting on to finish up the motor. So got the new Billetron. It'll be linked below if anybody wants to check out Lectron. I have them on my website. This is their new and improved Lectron, a step above the H series. By the looks of it, based on my Instagram, the majority of you said they prefer the bronze over the red head racing heads. So I'm running this thing, and we're gonna be doing a little giveaway on my Instagram with this brand new head. If you want a chance to win this, give me a follow on Instagram and you'll see me giving this thing away soon. Like I always say, if you guys wanna see the build finished up, make sure to subscribe. Throw a like on this video if you're pumped to finally see the finished bike. But without further ado, let's get going on this thing and get it all built up today. All right, I got some of these final bolts all blasted up. I know it's probably not the right thing to do. I have some new hardware coming, but for this video's sake, I just wanted it to look good and get it a little bit freshened up. So a lot of this stuff was on back order and I'm waiting for them to come in. So for what it is, they came out pretty clean and definitely aren't nearly as rusty. It only does so much, I can't really get too much in the little crevices and parts, so I figured I'd just blast them quick. Next couple little pieces, we'll get the engine mounts going in there. Then coming over here, I gotta sift through some of these parts here, get the radiators going, get all the radiator tubes cleaned up, and get these thrown in there too. Get them out and get them a little bit straightened up. They're not too bad. I've definitely seen worse. They're not terrible, but give them a quick little blast. Alright, and that's a wrap for this portion of the build. I've been working on this for the past few days, trying to get this video up for you guys, and I don't want to push the next build video out any longer. So for right now, I'm going to stop for this video's sake and continue on, and you'll see the rest of the build in the next build series video. But I got a good portion of it done. The main stuff is done finally. A lot of the vapor honing took me way longer than I thought. A lot of the stuff like taking it apart, the bearings, the swing arm bearings and the linkage bearings. I hate doing that with a passion. That is such a pain to press them all out, and that was probably like a 20-second section of this video that took me like a few hours, especially with filming and getting the angles and going back and forth. The builds take 10 times longer than somebody wasn't filming it and just building the bike. Either way, we got everything cleaned up. This thing is gonna come out sick. I'm pumped to see this finally finished up. It's been way too long and the bike is finally taking shape. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, what you think so far. I think we got a good start, and probably in the next, I'm thinking 2 or 3 more videos, and we'll have the bike fully revealed, fully done, depending on how much I get done in the next few days. And I'm still waiting on a few little OEM parts to actually completely finish it up so we could fire the bike up. But getting up close, this thing is so clean. Hopefully the bike runs, but at least it looks cool right now. The air boot and the plastic cleaned up really good. This was so dirty before, and the vapor honing cabinet cleaned everything up like almost better than new. Camera will pick up on it. Everything is spotless, and there's not one speck of dirt on this thing anymore. So pumped on the forks. Those things look sweet. To get all the rest of the stuff on there, this thing's really gonna pop. I'm probably gonna throw a few more things on for the thumbnail's sake, like the fenders, and maybe throw the wheels on up there. As you saw, I had to like sand down some of the powder coat because the swing arm wouldn't actually fit in there. Nagling it with the shock was kind of a little weird. I know I probably did some stuff wrong, not in the right steps, and I probably could have made my life a little bit easier here and there, but so don't criticize me too much. I am just a YouTube mechanic. I don't really know what I'm doing, but I somehow can put a bike back together after taking it apart, crossing my fingers when I go to start it that the thing actually runs. I think we got a good mixture of black and the bronze. I have a few other parts that'll kind of accent some things and tie everything together, I think. I was gonna put the radiators on, but I think I'm gonna spend some time, sit down, and straighten out every fin on the radiator because some of these are pretty bent up, and I'm just gonna take some time and straighten all these out. And I just have a bunch of random odds and ends. I gotta clean up some of this, the rubber pieces, because some of this is pretty dirty. I really don't wanna put it on there looking like that. And then a lot of this stuff here, I'm not even gonna reuse. Still gotta put the flywheel in there. Really not a whole lot left to do with the bike, to be honest. I got the fuel tank over here, which will get vapor honed. It is a little bit beat up, like the actual fitting or where you screw the plastics into is popped out. Maybe I'll pop it out and try and re-epoxy it in there or something. The original plan wasn't even to use that tank. It was gonna match the 125, and I was gonna get like a 17 plus 250F tank, which would fit in here. But I don't think I'm gonna go that route anymore because I couldn't find a conversion kit. It was gonna be like an OEM-ish kind of build. Later on, if they come out with a conversion kit, I'll revamp it and it'll fully match the 125. I almost contemplated going full OEM and using all the stock stuff after seeing a few bikes, but still go that route. I'm really not sure what to do. Still torn to whether or not to run the redhead or the bronze. A lot of people are leaning more towards the bronze, obviously, but I think the red doesn't really match anything. If there was some red in the forks, maybe it would look a little bit better, but I don't know, I almost want to do something different and have a couple more red accents on here. Whole time too, as I'm working around the bike, like especially with the swing arm, I'm gonna be super careful to not rip my hands open on these foot pegs because they're literally like razor blades. Otherwise, everything went pretty smooth, surprisingly, and really can't complain about anything. One little thing I'm concerned about with the triple clamps is this is an aftermarket Trick Engineering nut, and there's, I mean, it's not fully torqued down yet, but there is quite a gap. Maybe the thickness from the powder coat. Pretty sure I have everything right. Not really sure what else I could change. This is all pushed in properly or seated properly. All the headset bearings are right. You know, drop a comment. I'm gonna do some research to try and figure it out. Otherwise, just unfortunately run the OEM nut. So with that, I'm gonna end this video here. If you guys are new and you wanna see the bike revealed here in the next couple of weeks, make sure you're subscribed. Throw a like on this video. If you wanna see what's going down before the videos come out, you can follow the build page, which is at Project Two Strokes. With that, I will see you guys in the next video. Well, here goes nothing. Trying to pick this thing up on the stand and roll it out to the driveway. I don't know how I'm doing this. Bear hug this thing. She's not too heavy, but I'm also not that strong. Oh, oh. Sketchy. How am I gonna do this? This falls off. A little behind the scenes for you. Man, that thing looks so good in the sun. I'm so pumped. Now to successfully get it back in the garage. All for a thumbnail. Whew. We're safe.